Hi, I'm Amy Mahaly from Be Well Clinic, and today we're going to talk about support for your body in the fall. This is the fourth and final season video. Our season videos are all about supporting your body for the specific season because there are different challenges depending on what season you are in. These are seasons through the calendar year, and if you are in a different hemisphere, adjust those accordingly. In the fall, we want to look at two different things. One is support for our bodies in the transition time, so getting from summer to winter, but then also things that are specific to fall itself. So first, let's talk about transitions. The biggest transition that's important to remember or know about is that in the summer, we've eaten a lot of cooling foods. Fresh fruits and vegetables, iced drinks are all things that are delicious and helpful because our bodies are maybe getting too hot, but they do put strain on our spleen. Our spleen is an amazing organ that does so much more than just immune cell function, which is what most of us know it for. Chinese medicine describes spleen a lot as the mother organ, also the organizer of a household, if you will. The spleen is responsible to warm the food in your stomach, to distribute that nutrition through the body, deciding a bit who gets what and where it should go, kind of like an old Victorian housekeeper would. And the spleen energy is very much mother energy, meaning the mother keeps going and giving and helping, and then she's exhausted. And then she gets up the next morning and does it again, all over, even though she's been tired. So we can have a very worn out spleen by the time that we get to the end of summer because we've been having cool foods and doing a lot of strain on that digestive system. So as you come into fall and you start craving warm foods, or if you feel depleted and that you just don't have enough to get going in the structure of the school system, then you want to make sure that you are nourishing your spleen. The best way to do this is to eat warm, nourishing foods. Even if it's still hot outside, think about breakfast. The mornings are cool by now, so put some warm soup or stew or at least warm eggs into your body and think about eating warm food through your meal times until you're feeling better. The other way to help the spleen is to eat really nutrient-dense foods. Cod liver oil, organ meats, and I actually really like taking desiccated spleen if I need that extra boost because I've been feeling overwhelmed by the transition or an increase of structure that comes with fall sometimes. Okay, the other transition we have to think of is on the other side of fall, that we're transitioning into winter. So fall is a lot about preparation time. And part of that is because we're transitioning into the cold of winter, where we need to be internally focused on nourishing and warming our bodies. Fall is not quite there yet, but we do shed things. So if you think about fall, we think about leaves, right? Shedding your leaves is very much thinking about what do you not want to bring with you. Now, this can look a lot of different ways. It can look similar to spring cleaning that we talked about in the spring support video. Getting rid of things that aren't serving you. Changing your house physically, getting out old things, putting stuff away from the summer fun, and getting into things that are going to be nourishing and warming and coziness, bring your blankets back out, all that kind of thing. We also put to bed a lot of things. So this is a great time to finish projects, get your garden cleaned out, get your yard put together so that we can have this restful time in the winter that we're meant to have, and fall is the preparation time for that. In terms of organ systems, the organs that I think of to support during the fall, besides the spleen, is the organs that help us to transition. So detox organs, including lungs, liver, kidney, and bladder, which help us get rid of the things that we don't want to take into winter. Again, fall is a lot about getting yourself cozy, getting yourself settled and restful and in routine so that you cannot use a lot of extra energy because we're going to need that to stay warm and to survive the harsher climate that winter is. Support for those organs is going to be doing regular detox things. So maybe bring back your detox bath game. Start up your enemas again. Do grounding and sunbathing still. Drink a lot of water, make sure you put your electrolytes in there, and overall clear your body. This includes your physical body and it also includes your mind. Get things out on a to-do list. Start checking off projects that you can get done or taking projects off the list that you want to save for spring or summer next year. Finally, the foods we need to feed those cleansing organs are similar to the foods that we use to feed and nourish the spleen. The body is amazing in this way, and the seasonal support always fits together. So, nourishing foods, animal fat, protein, soups and stews, bringing in your ferments again, starting to add more spice potentially. We often drop spice in the summer because it makes us too hot, so bringing that spice back in, and nourishing your body deeply, even though it's not quite as deep of a nourishment as we are doing in the winter coming up. If your body is not able to take in those nourishing foods as much as you feel like you should be, then it shows a place that we need to address our bodies, meaning maybe you need to bring the beet kvass in or increase it to help your liver absorb fat that you're needing to nourish the rest of your body. As we are bringing warming foods in, our body can actually show us where it may need additional support. For example, if you are eating a lot of animal fat and then you aren't able to eat as much as you feel like you should be eating for what your body is showing you, you need more beet kvass. Maybe you've forgotten it over the summer, maybe you need to increase what you're doing. Things like that are going to show up as you bring the nourishing foods in. And again, it's perfect. That's what fall is for. It's for that transitional period, so we're ready to eat the very dense and nourishing, inward-focused foods of winter. But in fall, we're not quite there. We have this transition period. So I hope that is helpful for support for your body. Make sure that you're nourishing your body and then shedding the things in your body, your mind, and your environment that are not going to serve you for the cozy, tucked-in winter that is coming next. If you like these videos, come back for the next video about more tips on how to care for your body.